Okay, calling to order the Ways and Means 10 a.m. agenda. First item, Senate Bill 1091. David Penn, DNR.
Yes, good morning. Oh, go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, David Smith for DLNR and the Division of Forestry and Wildlife. Good morning, Chair, Vice Chair, and members of the committee. We will stand on a written testimony with comments. We just wanted to point out a couple things with this. They're proposing with 1091 to replace the cash in the fund with GO bonds, but we also have $285,000 in ops every year, and I'm not sure if that would be GO bond, if we could use GO bonds for that. And the other piece is there's a $1.5 million debt service that we have to pay for the Turtle Bay, and I'm not sure if you want to pay interest on a loan with a loan. So I'll leave that to somebody that's more Akamai in finance than I, but that I just wanted to point those out. Thank you.
Thank you. Members, any questions? Okay, Denise Matsubara, HHFDC.
Good morning, Chair, members of the committee. We stand on our written testimony in support. Our comments are limited to the section that affects the exchange of the Rental Housing Revolving Fund for the DERF transfer into the DERF funds. I'm happy to answer any questions. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. Members, any questions? Okay, Francis Kino. Janice Takahashi. Hali Osumi. Dean Minakami. Suzanne Case. Good morning.
Suzanne Case, Chair DLNR. Sorry, just here for questions. Thanks.
Members, any questions? Tom Yamachika. Okay. We got a couple of late testimony. I'm not sure if they're on. Leah Hong, William Haas, Shea Kamakala. Okay, if not, next item, Senate Bill 1092. DOTAX.
Thank you, Chair. We stand on our written testimony.
Thank you. Budget and Finance.
Morning, Chair, committee members. You have our written testimony. We're available to answer questions.
Members, any questions? Okay, Denise Matsubara.
Good morning. Thank you, Chair. We stand on our written testimony in support. Happy to answer questions.
Thank you. Suzanne Case.
Thank you. DLNR stands on our written testimony with comments.
Members, any questions? Thank you. Tom Yamachika. Okay, David Penn.
I'm with DLNR, Senator. Thank you. Chair case is done.
Okay, thank you. We got HHFDC. Is there anyone else wishing to testify that's on? Okay, if not, next item, Senate Bill 1202. DOTAX.
Chair, we stand on our written testimony.
Thank you. Members, any questions? Tom Yamachika. Okay, next item, Senate Bill 1203. Dotex.
Chair, we stand on our written testimony.
Thank you. Members, any questions? Tom Yamachika. Okay, next item, Senate Bill 1240. Dotex.
Thank you, Chair. Just a few comments. We stand on our written testimony. I'd like to call your attention to items 5, 6, and 7 on our testimony. We recommend that you do not conform to these provisions, which allows to expense expenses that's paid for by non-includable income. If you do conform to this particular measure, we did put the revenue impact in our submittal. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Okay. Tom Yamachika. Sherry Menor.
Good morning, Chair, Vice Chair Keith Agaran, and members of the committee. Thank you for the opportunity to testify. The Chamber strongly supports this bill. We did an OmniTrack, we partnered with OmniTrack to get a pulse of business a year later, and the way it currently stands, businesses are still in a precarious situation. In fact, 50% have experienced loss in revenue and were forced to cut jobs. And 50% said that they are still in need for some kind of support in order to keep the doors open. One of the priorities that they identified that could provide some relief to help them sustain during the economic recovery effort is through a PPP deduction on the state level. So we ask that the committee pass this bill so that it can help support our business community during this challenging time. Mahalo.
Thank you. Members, any questions? Adrian Hong. Okay, Lauren Zerbel.
Thank you, Chair and committee members. Lauren Zerbel on behalf of Hawaii Food Industry Association, which represents 200 local food companies in the state of Hawaii. We're in strong support of this measure. This measure would ensure that businesses do not face additional tax burden as a result of participating in the PPP CARES Act. That was amended late last year to specify that no deduction would be denied, no tax attribute would be reduced, and no basis increase would be denied by reasons of the exclusion from the gross income of forgivable loans. This measure would conform Hawaii's law to both the letter and intent of the CARES Act relief package, and would be consistent with actions other states have taken to permit PPP loans to be eligible for deduction in state tax returns. We ask that you pass this measure, and thank you very much for the opportunity to testify.
Thank you. Any questions?
Can we go back and ask Isaac a question?
Yeah.
When you're done.
Only a couple more. Pamela Tumpat. Mufi Hanneman. Marilyn Niwao. And Brian Iwata. Okay, we have a question for Dotex.
Chair, you called Hawaii Restaurant Association? I see Mr. Lim over there.
Oh, Victor Lim.
Yeah.
Hi, good morning. My name is Victor Lim, and I'm the restaurant legislative lead for the Hawaii Restaurant Association, representing about 3,500 restaurants here in Hawaii. And we strongly support SB 1240 that will require the state to conform to the provisions of the Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2021 relating to taxable income and deductible expenses. I just want to know that, state that the intent of the Congress passing the CARES Act has always been to make sure that this money is free and clear for the businesses so that they can use it to survive through this pandemic and provide and retain employees on their payroll. Many restaurants here in Hawaii was able to take advantage of the PPP loans with the CARES Act, and this really provided a lifeline for us during this pandemic and allow us to continue to sustain operations and keep our workers employed. There is no windfall here as restaurants continue to struggle in this economy today. And all the funds have been used up as of now, and that we need the state to really help us so that we are not faced with an additional tax bill and really meet the intent of the Congress in passing this CARES Act. We really appreciate the opportunity to share our concerns with you. And if you have any questions, we'll be glad to answer them. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Members, any questions? Okay, Dotax?
Mr. Chair.
Yeah, Director, on the amounts that you estimate as the revenue losses on page 2, that's a total estimate for if we were to conform to 5, 6, and 7, or just for 5?
Yeah, actually, it's just for 5, and we did not price 6 and 7. We don't think that's going to be too material.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, we're gonna recess. Okay, calling to order the 10 a.m. agenda. Okay, I neglected to make some general announcements that this meeting will be including audio and video of remote participants. Is being streamed live on YouTube. Well, you will find links to all Senate meetings and live on-demand video page at the legislature's website. If this meeting is abruptly ended due to technical difficulties, we'll reconvene on Friday, February 12th, 10:05 in this room. For all people participating remotely, please make sure that your audio is muted and video disabled until it is your turn to testify. We'll be enforcing a 2-minute limit on verbal testimony. Timers will be visible to testifiers. And if there are any technical glitches during your testimony, we will have to move on, but we have your written testimony. If you're interested in reviewing written testimony, please go to the legislature's website. Okay, first item, Senate Bill 1091. Okay, recommendation is to pass with amendments. We're going to include language from BNF's testimony to amend to include additional funds identified in the department's testimony, and will defect the date to July 1st, 2050. Any discussion? If not, Chair votes aye.
Okay, Vice Chair votes aye. Senator English?
Aye.
Senator Inouye?
Aye.
Senator Kanuha?
Aye.
Senator Kidani?
Aye.
Senator Moriwaki?
Aye.
Senator Shimabukuro is excused. Senator Taniguchi?
Aye.
Senator Wakai?
Yes.
Senator Favela?
Aye.
Your recommendation is adopted.
Thank you. Next item, Senate Bill 1092, recommendation is to pass with amendments adopting LRB text amendments and defecting the date to July 1st, 2050. Any discussion? If not, Chair votes aye.
All right, with 10 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Seeing none, your recommendation is adopted.
Thank you. Next item, Senate Bill 1202. Recommendation is to pass with amendments, adopt LRB tech amendments. Any discussion? If not, Chair votes aye.
Okay, with 10 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendation is adopted.
Thank you. Next item, Senate Bill 1203. Recommendation is to pass with amendments, adopting LRB tech amendments. Any discussion? If not, Chair votes aye.
All right, with 10 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Your recommendation is adopted.
Thank you. Next item, Senate Bill 1240. Recommendation is to pass with amendments, adopting LRB tech amendments and effecting the date to July 1st, 2050. Any discussion? If not, chair votes aye.
All right, with 10 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendations adopted.
Thank you.
What do you got?
Okay, going into the 10:05 agenda for decision-making. Recommendation is to pass as is. Any discussion? If not, chair votes aye.
All right, with 10 members present, actually with 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendations adopted.
Thank you. Okay, calling to order the 10:10 agenda. First item, Senate Bill 128, Department of Ag. Oh, this is okay. Okay, sorry. We don't have to have a hearing. It's just decision-making. So, we'll go into recess for decision-making. Okay, reconvening the 10:10 agenda. So for Senate Bill 128, recommendation is to defer till February 19th, 10 a.m. in this room. Next item, Senate Bill 179, recommendation is to pass with amendments, adopt LRB tech amendments, blank the appropriation, defect the date to July 1st, 2050. Any discussion? If not, chair votes aye.
All right, with 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendations adopted.
Thank you. Next item, Senate Bill 336, recommendation is to pass with amendments affecting the date till July 1st, 2050. Any discussion? If not, chair votes aye.
Okay, with 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendations adopted.
Thank you. Next item, Senate Bill 339, recommendation is to defer till February 17th, 10:05 in this room. Any discussion? If not, chair votes aye.
With 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendations adopted.
Thank you. Next item, Senate Bill 144, recommendation is to pass with amendments, adopt LRB tech amendments, defect the date to 2050. Any discussion? If not, chair votes aye.
All right, with 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendations adopted.
Okay, last item, Senate Bill 220, recommendation is to pass as is. Any discussion? If not, chair votes aye.
Okay, with 9 members present, any reservations? Any opposition? Recommendations adopted.
Sorry, which one is it? Okay, I just want to clarify on SB 128, when we defer to February 19th, we need to defer till 10:05, not 10 a.m., 10:05. Okay, there being no further business, meeting adjourned. Thank you.